Welcome to 10-Minute Astrology, a weekly video series designed to introduce you to the principles of astrology and its components in a fun and easy-to-understand way. I'm Amy Herring. I'm a professional astrologer in Seattle. You can find me on the web at www.heavenlytruth.com. If you'd like to schedule a reading or find out about personal one-on-one tutoring sessions, you can do so at my website. During this series, we will be discussing natal astrology only, which is a branch of astrology that focuses on the life of an individual. The principles in this series will be introduced from the perspective of evolutionary astrology, which is a tradition that focuses on your spiritual growth and development, past life karmic issues, and present life purpose, as well as the personal tools you've come here to develop to help you live a fulfilling life. Each episode is only 10 minutes long, and a new episode will be available each week on my website. So please enjoy this week's episode. Welcome to 10-Minute Astrology. This is episode 5. Since episode 4, we've been focusing on each planet one by one. In this episode, we'll focus solely on the astrological meaning of the moon, including examples in signs and houses to illustrate. Recall that each planet and sign have a symbol that represents them, called a glyph. The moon's glyph is pretty easy to recognize. The glyphs are useful to know to help you identify the location of each planet, in this case the moon, quickly in a chart. As a review, let's look at the glyphs we've learned so far. So far it's simply been the sun, and here's the glyph for the sun. Primarily, the moon is the astrological symbol for our feelings and our instinctual emotional reactions. How it's placed in a natal chart can tell us what things make us feel happy or sad, what hurts us, and what we need to feel nurtured, safe, and taken care of. It can tell us about some of our baseline needs in love to establish a sense of trust and family with someone. The moon can give us clues about what our home life was like as a child and what our home life needs to be in the home we create as an adult, that can nourish and protect us, a home that can make us feel like we can call it home, and not just the place we put our stuff and go to sleep at night. A word to sum it all up might be our heart. Astrologer Noel Tyl has been referenced repeatedly in books in his creation of the phrase reigning emotional need when referring to the moon, and it's certainly a concise description. Like the sun, the moon's astrological significance can make itself felt in every area of our life. The sun and moon are actually joined themselves. While they're separate bodies, the moon reflects the light of the sun. In fact, it's the moon's role in reflecting that light that enables us to see it all when the way is dark. Just as we must use our feelings to find our way intuitively in situations where reason alone fails us. So our emotional responses, whether it's our emotional response to a situation or just an intuition or a hunch, are governed by the moon. The moon also represents our private self. If we could imagine ourselves as a house, with the various astrological parts of us being represented by all the rooms typically found in a house, our moon might be our bedroom or even our bedroom closet. No matter how outgoing we consider ourselves to be, our moon represents the innermost part of us. So it's inherently a vulnerable spot of which we are protective. We could even call it our inner child in that sense. We only tend to reveal this part of ourselves to the people we trust, just like we might not bring everybody we know into our bedroom, regardless of the intent. Even when we say that someone wears their heart on their sleeve, the moon is more than just demonstrations of emotion. It represents our most inner self, and everyone has some way they protect their inner selves, even if they seem to be very outgoing or revealing. When we're truly seeing someone on this deeper level, it's not just that they're telling us their secrets, but that we see their vulnerability, whether it's through them revealing something private or feeling comfortable enough to cry in front of us, or even sharing a personal creation or a controversial opinion with us. Therefore, the moon is always the part of us that's a little bit shy, not necessarily out of lack of confidence, but it reveals itself only upon the condition of some sort of trust, implied or expected, between people. So the moon's role in love is also very significant. Astrologically speaking, most people think of Venus and perhaps Mars when they think about relationships. Venus deals with relationship, which certainly includes love relationships, but Venus's goal is to relate. It represents how we get along with each other. Mars deals in part with sexuality, another thing that can come into play with love relationships. But the moon's role in love can be argued to be the most important, for the moon represents what we need to feel taken care of, loved, nurtured, and safe, as well as the way we instinctively nurture others that we care for. Now, the idea of Mother Moon has come into play in many astrology books, where they discuss the relationship between your moon and maybe what your mother was like. In modern times, of course, the role of mother and what mothering represents has been expanded a little bit, so we can even think of it in terms of primary nurturer. Essentially, Moon as mother is a popular astrological theory, but what often fails to be communicated is a slight but profound distinction, which is, since we are looking at your moon and your chart, it's important to remember that the clues your moon may give you about your mother or your primary nurturer and the relationship between you, it's going to be from your perspective, not necessarily an accurate personality description of your mother as a person, but how you received nurture or didn't, the ways that you felt cared for or didn't. So the moon, again, always goes back to us and our personal needs. Whether or not our mother did or didn't do something, it's more about how we receive love and trust and open in love and trust to another. Now, to take this idea even further, it's been a common observation, at least in recent history, that people don't necessarily show or receive love in exactly the same way as each other. We each have a sort of filter, a particular way we want to have love expressed to us, and a way that we recognize it and give it ourselves. The moon's sign and house can give clues as to how we receive and need to receive love, as well as the ways we're going to want to do that and nurture others. Let's have an example. So, someone with the moon in Gemini, for instance, may find that they feel happiest when they are learning, exploring. They'll have a naturally curious and playful heart because Gemini is about seeing the wonder of the world. They're a natural discoverer. They may establish love and trust with someone most easily when they have good communication with them and are able to talk about anything, not just the relationship or even just their feelings, but also the act of shooting the breeze with each other and having a shared feeling of excitement about their discoveries and the pleasure they get from communicating what they learn with their loved one. All these things can help them feel close to someone. It'll be important for them to feel listened to, that someone takes an interest in their opinions and their ideas. Regarding home life, depending on other factors in their chart, their home life may be most nurturing to them when there's a lot of activity in the home, whether it's people coming and going or just lots of toys to entertain their mind. With a Gemini moon in the 8th house, we might find somebody who has an interest in exploring the depth and psychological processes of the mind, or communicating about deep or even taboo or edgy issues. Whereas someone with a Gemini moon in the 11th house may find themselves more nurtured by communication or establishing contact with groups, with a lot of people, engaging some way in a broader social level than the intimate, deep levels. If we put that moon in Taurus instead, then instead of the Gemini talkativeness and playfulness and busyness, somebody is going to be more nurtured by peace, silence, even routine, where they can feel a sense of stability and rhythm in their life. Where Gemini might like the busyness and to a certain extent chaos, Taurus will not revel in that. It will drain them. They may be nurtured by a home life that has that kind of still presence where they feel like they can retreat and put their feet up, where not too much is going on so they can't relax. They may establish trust more easily with somebody where they can feel like they have time to get to know them rather than the rapid fire of Gemini. So to summarize, the moon in our chart represents our emotional needs, how we nurture others, how we feel nurtured, what makes us feel safe, comfortable, and happy. That does it for this episode of 10-Minute Astrology. Watch for episode 6 when we'll discuss Mercury. Till then, keep looking up.